Hi there. Many of you have been contacting CCC as well as coming into the office for the assistance with the Wildlife CARES Act grant application. The application is from September 14 to October 26. We cannot assist you until you complete two things for us. The first part is you need to show at least 35% loss of revenue for 3 or 4 months for the past 5 years against the same 3 or 4 months in 2020. So you have to select which option you want to do. Either option 1 is March to June or option 2 April to June, and you need to use your trip tickets, not your tax return, to do the calculation. So I have an example right here for you. For each month in each year, I have added up. This is just example, how much I made in March, how much I made in April, May, and June, and then I added up the number for that year, and I do the same for 6 years. For me to find the average, I have to add up all the number from the 2015 to 19, the total, which is 4,625 divided by 5, because there are 5 years, so I can have the average. In this case, my average is 40,925, and then for my 2020, my earning is 15,000. And to do the loss percentage, I take the 15,000, which is my 2020, divided by the 40,000, which is my average, and then I minus 1 and ignore the negative sign in front of it. That number will be my percentage loss. In this case, it is 63% loss. I am more than qualified because I need to show 35%. However, this one, I am 63% loss. In another case, another example that I have right here is I use option 2 April to June, and the same thing again, I use my trip tickets for all 6 years. So there's my total for 2019, and then my 18, my 17, my 16, and my 15. The total for 5 years is 110,970, and then I need to find my average. I have to divide it by 5, and my average came out to be 22,194. And then my 2020, I got 18,500. And then to find my loss, I take 18,500 divided by 22,194, and then minus 1. My percentage loss was only 16%, so I am not qualified for that part at all. Now let's go back up. For this part, I am qualified because my percentage is 63. I need to do another step, which is to calculate the total funds that I receive, such as from Main Street, the SBA, the advancement, up to 10,000, the PPP, the IRS stimulus money, the one that I got 1,200, and then the unemployment, the 600. I need to add all them up, and if those numbers more than my average, I am not qualified. And if you are having trouble getting your trip ticket, you can request for the trip ticket data from Wildlife, and this is the form that you have to complete. If you haven't put to current right here, and then you have to get it notarized and then send it back to Wildlife, and then they will you can email them too, and then they will contact you when the trip ticket is ready, and you can go get them. Once again, you have until October 26th, and it's okay if you worry like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time. You will have some time, because they will make sure that all of you that submitted in have a chance to get some money. That's what Katrina said. And if for those who was wondering what kind of ticket am I looking for, I have 2 samples. You can get your trip ticket from like this. This is for shrimp. I don't have one for crab or the oyster at all, but I know the oysters sometimes they have the same ticket as the shrimp. So this is one example from one of the docs that they issue to a client, and another one is like so. So please use your trip tickets. This is not something that CCC made up. This is from Wildlife, because you need to put what is your total 2020 and what is your total average for 5 years. And then for the documentation that you need to submit when we assist you apply, you need to bring to us when we schedule you for appointment. For a vessel owner and a captain, under the individual's name, you need to bring your driver license or photo ID, your 2020 wildlife licenses, and your 2020 wildlife boat registration or certificate of documentation to show that you are working or active this year. And then you bring your individual tax returns from 2015 to 2019. If you didn't file, you have an extension letter, please bring it because they need it. And there are two ways that the wildlife issued the payment. One is by paper check. It's a little bit longer, the process to get the money, because the Gulf Coast is the one that has the fund. If you want a faster payment, you can choose the direct deposit, which means you need to have your routing and account number. And for the unemployment login info, if needed, for example, if you need to know how much the $600 you earn or you got, but you don't know, if you have the login, we can help you and figure that out. The last part is the sign and complete a W-9 form. We'll help you with that. If you get paid from Wildlife, then they will issue you 1099 so you can file tax return. For those who have a vessel under the LLC, you need to bring the tax return for the business, and then you will have to do a separate claim for yourself as a commercial fisherman. You have to get your individual. If you have any question, please feel free to contact us Monday to Friday, 3 to 4. The phone number is 504-393-0066. Thank you.